Hello everyone and welcome back. In this video I'm going to talk to you about the one more chance doctrine. So what is the one more chance doctrine? So it is a doctrine, it's a philosophy that I've sort of coined whereby the family says to their loved one, I'm going to give you one more chance to go into treatment, or I'm going to give you one more chance to deal with this, or I'm going to give you one more chance to stay in treatment. And so normally when families call us, and we get calls from all over the country, I mean, as far west as Hawaii, occasionally we'll get a call from, an international call. I've had calls from Panama, I've had calls from Italy. And by the time the family comes to us, they, along with their loved one, has been suffering for years and years and years and years. 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years. I mean, it's been going on for so long, the family can't even remember what it was like when their loved one was not like this. They cannot even remember what it was like when the family didn't have to suffer day in and day out, month after month, year after year, with the craziness that has been going on. And they come to us to fix that problem. So sometimes what happens is a family will speak to us. They may have a consult with me too, or one of the other lawyers, and we'll say, look, this has been going on for a long, long time. It's time to take some action and grab the bull by the proverbial horns and get your loved one into treatment in the clinically appropriate facility and keep him or her there for long enough so they can finally experience the miracle of recovery. So the family can finally experience the miracle of recovery. But it does take time. What I have is hope. I don't have a magic wand. I don't have a magic pill. And anybody who tells you otherwise, you should run away from very quickly. And my team will tell you that. I will tell you that. And so sometimes what happens is the family will say, well, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go back to my loved one and I'm going to give him one more chance to go into treatment, or I'm going to give him one more chance to stay in treatment. And my question is, why? Why do you want to give him or her one more chance? This has been going on for years and years and years and years. You've been suffering. Your loved one has been suffering. Why would this be different now? Why would threatening them that you're going to force them into treatment change anything? I mean, it might get them to go. Sometimes it does, but it is not going to get them to stay there long enough. And when I say long enough, you have to be looking at least a year down the road. And I'm not telling you that you got to hire us for a year, but this is a year-long journey because that's typically what it takes. That's what we see. And somebody who can stay in treatment in the right clinically appropriate facility for a year, and that includes, perhaps, a period of time in residential, in PHP, in outpatient, and then it's followed up with getting a sponsor, going to meetings, doing 12 steps, continuing with some type of therapy. If you can work that program for a year, then there's a great chance that that miracle can happen. But it doesn't happen overnight, and it does take time because remember, you have been dealing with this for a long, long time. You're simply not going to be able to fix it in 30 days or 60 days, and probably not even 90 days. That's just the beginning. And so what I can tell you is from our experience that if you are going to threaten, give your loved one more chance, you're simply delaying the inevitable, which is that you and the family have to make the decision to save your loved one because they can't make it. Their brain has been kidnapped and it's been gone for a long, long time. And they simply cannot make the decision to save themselves, even if it means they do something really silly and perhaps they overdose or they drive drunk or they drive high. I mean, the kind of crazy stuff that your loved one is capable of when they're using or when they're having some type of break, psychotic or otherwise. And so the idea that you can threaten them or give them one more chance, I think it's wishful thinking. And I say that with all love and respect. And also the risk is that you not only delay the inevitable, but you run the risk that something tragic happens. And I can tell you from experience that we have had that phone call, and It's not a fun phone call for us to get. It's heartbreaking. And remember, this is all that we do, right? All we do is save families. I'm not doing any other kind of law. I'm not interested in doing any other kind of law. I got one mission. That's to help you and help your family. So if you want to learn more about what we do, how we can help, please reach out to us. Speak to Brittany or Rachel, who run our intake department. They're phenomenal. And if we need to schedule a consult with one of the lawyers, we're happy to do that too. And I appreciate you tuning in and listening to me. And if you like this, please give me a thumbs up. It really apparently helps, according to my social media guy. And if you could subscribe to the channel, I'd be even more grateful. So with that said, thanks for tuning in. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.